So in this class we'll be learning about cascade amplifiers. So here we look at cascade amplifier. Cascade here means you're using two amplifiers. Okay, two amplifiers, one for better gain and one for which provides good high frequency response. So here we use bandwidth. So here we use a CS stage plus a common gate stage. Okay, a common source stage and a common gate stage. The common source stage will provide high gain. Okay, will provide high gain, and the common gate stage will provide the better bandwidth part. Better bandwidth part. Okay, so before actually venturing into what a cascade amplifier is, first we need to understand how to actually increase the gain. Okay, say if I have a CS amplifier like this. Okay, I have a CS amplifier. Okay, this is VI. This is my MOSFET. This is source, which is common, and I have this is say RD. Okay, or Y. This goes to voltage supply. Voltage supply. Okay. Right. So for such a common source amplifier, you can say that the gain. Okay. If uh, if I look at the impedance in this direction, okay, I will find R naught, right, between drain and source. Right. For such a amplifier case, my gain is actually minus GM into R naught. Okay, minus GM into R naught. So if I want to increase my gain, okay, okay, I have to find a way to increase this R naught. Okay, if I increase this R naught, obviously my gain will also increase. All right, so I have to find a way to increase this R naught. So what I do is I come up with a configuration like this. This is VI. This is again source is common. So I will use some configuration here. Okay, and this will go to voltage supply and load. Okay, this will actually go to voltage supply and load. Right. So when you look at the impedance in this direction, it is R naught. But when you look at the impedance in this direction, it is say some value, some K times R naught. Right. Then in that case, my new gain will be actually minus GM into K times R naught. Right. So I have increased my gain by increasing the supposed impedance seen looking into the drain side, right? So instead of seeing R naught, the amplifier will see K times R naught. So my gain here will actually obviously increase, right? So how do I do this? Okay, how do I make it from R naught to K times R naught, right? So that is where a common gate comes into picture, right? So if I look at a common gate configuration, common gate configuration. Right, I have like this is gate which is grounded. This is, so I have some RS resistance here which is grounded. I have some RD resistance here. Okay, and this is also grounded. Right, I don't want to worry about voltage sources here because that is not what I'm looking at here. I want to see how this configuration will actually improve my R naught so that my gain will be more. So if I look at my common gate configuration like this, and if I actually draw the T model of this, okay, T model means I will get like this. I will have a current source like this. I'll call this as I. and I have a resistance here. It's called 1 by Gm. Okay, 1 by Gm. Then here you'll have Rs. Here you'll have Rs. And here you'll have RD. Okay, instead of RD, I'll call it RL because that is what it is. Not RD, it is RL. It is my load resistor. So this is RL. This is RL. Okay. And another thing I have to mention here is I have to also include R0, which is like this. Okay, so see what I'm trying to prove here is how my common gate configuration will actually help improve my gain of the transistor. Okay, so how if I use this common gate in conjunction with a common source amplifier, okay, how it will improve the gain of that common source amplifier, right? So that is what I'm trying to achieve here. Okay, so let us look at the currents now. If I look in this direction, let me call it as R out. In this direction, if I call it R out, and in this direction, I will call it as R in. Right. So I have to find what is R out, and I have to find what is R in. Okay. Now, to find R out, it is measured before RL. Right. So this is R out basically. This is R out. Okay. Let us first measure R out. So this is R out. Right. So what I'll do is I'll replace this with Vx and Ix. Okay. I'll put a Vx and a current flowing through Ix here, so that when I do Vx by Ix, okay, Ohm's law, I will get what is R out. Right? So I will replace that. Okay. I'll replace that. I'll remove this RL here for now, and I'll replace that with a Vx plus minus Vx and Ix, and some current Ix as well. Right. So if Ix flows like this, okay, the same Ix should also flow like this. Correct, right? Obviously, same Ix should also flow like this. But here, this will actually change. Here you have, which is I. Okay, that is no longer I. It's not I actually. It is actually Gm into Vgs. Gm into Vgs. So this current, this current is Gm into Vgs. Then what will be this current? Right. So that is what we'll find out now. So if this current is Gm into Vgs, this current will be Ix. Where to write it? This current is Ix minus Gm into Vgs. Okay, this is Gm into Vgs. This is also Gm into Vgs. Right. So Ix, you get back Ix here, which is the total current. Right. Now, for this, if you apply KVL, okay, and let us not forget, this is plus minus VGS. Yeah, this is plus minus VGS. So if I apply KVL, okay, so like KVL, okay, I can get this. If I start from this point, Vx, I have Vx here, right? So Vx, I can write Vx is equal to, right? Not Vx is equal to Vx minus, same thing, Vx minus voltage drop across R0 and voltage drop across Rs. Voltage drop across R0 is Ix minus Gm into Vgs into R0, right, minus voltage drop across Rs, which is minus Ix Rs equal to 0. Okay. Now if you look at VGS here, VGS is Vg minus Vs. VGS is Vg minus Vs. Vg is 0, so it is 0 minus Vx here is Vs here is this voltage. This is Vs. Okay. So Vs here is actually minus Ix into Rs. Right. So VGS is Ix minus Ix into Rs. Therefore, VGS is minus Ix into Rs. You substitute in the above equation. So what you get is Vx is equal to Ix plus Gm Rs into Ix into R0 minus Ix Rs. Right. So if you solve this, okay, solve for this, find out what is R out. So R out here is Vx by Ix, which is actually R0 plus Rs plus Gm R0 Rs. Okay, Gm R0 Rs. So with all this, considering all this, we get if you take Rs common, okay, you'll get R0 into 1 plus Gm 1 plus Gm R0 into Rs. Okay. So if in this case if Gm R0 is greater than 1, then R out will be simply R0 plus Gm R0 Rs. Okay. So if I take R0 common here, okay, 1 plus Gm into Rs. Okay. So if you see, this is what K is. This is what K is. If you look at this diagram, okay, some if I use some configuration here, and if it is providing K times R0, then obviously my gain will be minus Gm into K times R0. So here, yes, I have this 1 plus Gm into Rs, which is acting as that K term, right? So obviously your gain here will improve, right? Your gain here will actually improve, right? This is how you actually increase your gain, right? By cascading your common source amplifier with a common gate amplifier. Okay, the common gate amplifier output impedance will actually, actually it's actually more. So that way you can actually improve your gain. Okay. Now let us look at Rin. Well, we have seen what is R out now. Let us look at what Rin tells us. Okay. We'll copy this. Copy. Paste it here. Okay, now I want to calculate what is Rin. So I don't need all this. I'll remove this. For that I need the original diagram also. Copy. Paste it here. Right, so this is Rin. Okay, Rin is a impedance seen before Rs. So I have to include that here. Same method. I use Vx and Ix, and Vx by Ix will give me Rin. Same thing I'll do. So here you will not have Rs. This is not there. Okay, rather you will have some voltage here, plus minus Vx ground, the current flowing here is Ix. Okay, so if this is Vx into Ix, Vx and this is Ix, then the same current will flow here also. Okay, here you will have RL. So here you will have RL, and the same current Ix will flow here also, right? But what happens? What current will actually flow through R0? What current will actually flow through 1 by Gm? That we have to find out, right? So here, if you look at this direction, the current which flows like this, that is actually Gm into Vgs from the current source above, right? So then in that case, the current which is flowing like this, that will be Ix plus Gm into Vgs. Okay, if you apply KCL at this point, that should tell you. So Ix plus Gm Vgs will be the current which is flowing through R0, right? So with this in mind, apply KVL again. Apply KVL. Okay, so you'll get Vx minus voltage drop across R0 and voltage drop across RL. So voltage drop across R0 is Ix plus GMVGS into R0 minus voltage drop across RL, which is Ix into RL, equal to 0. Remember, Ix is the current which is flowing through RL. Alright. So from this I have to find out what is Vx by Ix, and obviously when I look at VGS here, VGS is Vg minus Vs. Vg minus Vs, that should give me minus Ix times, not minus Ix. Vs is same as Vx, right? Vs is same as Vx. So here I have to write Vx. Okay. Remember, this is Vs and this is Vx. Both are same. So from this you substitute this in the above. So Vx minus Ix plus Gm this is minus, it's become minus. This is minus Vx into R0 minus Ix RL equal to 0. Okay, solve for Vx by Ix. So Rn should be Vx by Ix, which is R0 plus RL divided by 1 plus Gm R0. Okay, this is what Rn is, right? This remember, if you remember, we have already done this, but I just wanted to show it because repeat this again so that cascade amplifiers will become easier for you. Right? So in this case, if Gm R0 is greater than 1, then Rn will be 1 by Gm plus RL by Gm R0. Okay. So finally, what you can say is, if you use a common gate amplifier, okay, if I use a common gate amplifier like this, okay, this is my common gate, this is RS, this is RL, this is grounded again, RL. So the impedance seen in this direction is R out is equal to R0 plus, what was that, R0 plus Gm R0 into Rs, right? And the impedance seen in this direction was Rn equal to 1 by Gm plus RL by Gm into R0. Alright, so here what conclusions you can draw is R out RS in case if you're looking at the impedance from the drain side, from the drain side, from the drain side. Okay, RS is increased by GM times R naught. Okay. Second point is if you are looking from the source side, from the source side, the source side, RL is reduced by GM times R naught. Okay. So if you look at from the drain side, okay, here if I replace RS, this RS with a common source amplifier, if I instead of RS, if I have like this, okay, imagine this is my VI, okay, so this transistor will have R naught. This is Q1 and this is Q2. Okay, Q1 will have a impedance of R naught 1. Okay, Q2 will have a impedance of R naught 2. Drain to source impedances. Right. Then what happens is this RS will actually get replaced with R naught 1. Okay, and this RL is the load impedance anyway. So what happens here is when measuring the gain of this Q1, okay, so R naught 1 is increased by GM R naught. This becomes R naught 2. Okay, so R naught 1 increases by a factor of GM R naught 2. R naught 2 is the drain source resistance of transistor Q2. R naught 1 is the drain source resistance of transistor Q1. Try and understand this. I'm simply replacing RS with a common source amplifier which has a drain to source resistance of R naught 1. Okay, I'm calling the transistor as Q1, the common gate amplifier as Q2. Okay, common gate transistor as Q2. Alright, so you can see that RS earlier, if I simply kept RS, that RS was increased by GM R naught, right? By adding a common gate transistor at the drain side. Okay, so instead of having RS, if I have a common source amplifier, common source transistor, right? That common source transistor is R naught 1. Okay, the drain to source resistance. When you see from the drain side, okay, it actually increases by GM R naught 2, right? So this is the actual the beginnings of your cascade amplifier. Why you have to cascade a common source amplifier with a common gate amplifier. Okay, it is done for this only, for this reason only. You are improving the gain and you are actually increasing the bandwidth also. How you are increasing the bandwidth? If you look at your RL, okay, see it says that RL is reduced by GM R naught. So if for the same current, okay, if my load reduces, what happens to the voltage drop across across that load? It will obviously be more, right? So here my output for a given range of frequencies, my gain is somewhat good, my midband gain is somewhat good, but since my RL is getting reduced here, right, that gain of the band of frequencies will actually tend to increase. Okay. Okay, this actually is more evident as we try and further analyze, okay, our cascade amplifier, right? I hope till this it is clear why we need to use a common gate amplifier in conjunction with a common source amplifier, or a common gate transistor in conjunction with a common source amplifier, so that my bandwidth will actually increase and my gain will also improve. Okay, so this is what this is. So let us actually look at the cascade amplifier itself. I hope you have no queries till here. Any queries, let me know. Okay, so cascade amplifier. This actually is a very important topic, because next in cascade amplifiers, once you learn about cascade amplifiers, you'll start looking at cascade current mirrors, right? Then it becomes a rabbit hole from there. Okay, you'll be looking at vertical stacks of MOSFETs. Okay, there you have to try and understand how it works. Okay, so try and understand how a cascade amplifier works. From there on, you can it'll be easy for you. Okay, so first we'll look at a MOS cascade. MOS cascade. Okay, here you have Vi. Okay, the input, it is given to a common source amplifier. This common source amplifier, I call it as Q1, and this is fed to a common gate transistor. This is my common gate transistor. Here I have given some bias voltage, V bias, just to bias that common gate transistor in saturation region. Okay, but when you are considering the small signal model of this V bias becomes AC ground, so it is obviously common gate. So this is V0, and to maintain constant bias current throughout the circuit, I have a current supply. Okay, so this is VDD. This transistor I will call it as Q2. So Q1 here is CS stage, Q2 here is common gate stage. Okay, right, clear? Right, so some points here. First one is here, because of Vi, the input voltage, okay, there will be a drain current Gm times Vi flowing through Q1. Okay, Gm times Gm1, I call it Gm1. Gm1 times Vi, that is the drain current flowing through Q1 transistor, right? That too at the drain side. Okay, that too at the drain side. Just a minute. All right. Okay, so this GMVI also is also the current seen at the source of Q2. Okay, source of Q2. Obviously, I mean, whatever current flows at the drain of Q1 will be the same current at the source of Q2. Right. So this GMVI actually sees. Okay, remember here we connect R at P0. Okay, actually sees less input resistance at drain of Q2. Okay, like this. It sees less input impedance seen at the drain of Q2, drain of Q1. Sorry, drain of Q1. Like this. If you look in impedance in this direction. Alright, that is why it will be, and also being a common gate amplifier, common gate amplifiers have less input impedance, right? So easily this GM1 Vi, so easily this GM1 Vi passes on to R. Okay, and where is this RL? This RL is at the output. Okay, I have not drawn it here. Draw it here quickly. So this is V naught, and you have RL here. Okay, this is RL, and this is CG stage. Okay, right. So these 3 points, GM1 VI is flowing through Q1 obviously, because by virtue of VI input voltage at the drain side of Q1. Okay, this is drain side of Q1. Okay, the same current will be seen at the source side of Q2 also, right? And since Q2 is a common gate transistor, it provides less input impedance. Okay, and seen in that direction, you can see that arrow mark direction near Q2, right? So obviously this GMV1 will be easily passed on to RL, okay, through the drain, through drain of Q2. Okay, clear these 3 points. Okay, so with this, just keeping this in mind, I will actually draw the small signal model now. Copy. Small signal model. Okay. So this V bias is gone. So it is connected to ground. And if you're wondering why I'm drawing this, this is a small signal model, not the exact small signal model. But I'm going to indicate all the drain to source resistances. Then I'm going to remove drain current I, not drain current, bias current I. Okay, all these things I will remove. So here, this will be actually going to V naught. This is RL. Okay, this is Q2. This is Q1. This is VI. This is ground. This is Q1. This is R02. This is R01. Alright. This in voltage I will call it as V01. Okay. V01 just for the sake of analysis purpose. That's all. Right. So the impedance seen in this direction. This I will call it as Rn. This impedance seen in this direction, I will call it as R out. Okay, of the entire cascode amplifier. Rn is the input impedance of the cascode amplifier. R out is the output impedance of the cascode amplifier on the whole. Okay, and between these two stages, okay, this impedance seen in this direction and this direction. Okay, in the upward direction, that is the towards the source of Q2. Okay, that I will call it as Rn2. Okay, and towards at the drain of Q1 I will call it as Rout1. Okay, lot of ones and twos here, try not to get confused, right? Rn2 is the input impedance of, okay, I'll write it here. Rn2 is the input impedance at of Q2, I should say, of Q2. Okay, Rout1 is the output impedance of Q1. Okay, because I want to see how the gain is being improved here. Okay, that is why I need to calculate R in 2 and R in 1, R in 2 and R out 1. Okay, this we'll see in the next class. Okay, so this is your basic cascode amplifier. Okay, so the analysis part of this is a little tricky. Okay, trying to understand how this is a little tricky, right? For this you have to use you have to do the analysis of both common gate and common source, right? The outputs of the common source amplifier will actually be a input to the common gate transistor. So another thing I want to point out here, this Q2, which is the common gate stage, that is actually called cascode stage or cascode transistor. Okay, cascode transistor. That is this way. Right. So I'll stop now. Any queries still here? Okay. I've just what I've done in today's class is by adding a common gate transistor. Right. What are the benefits I get? What are the benefits I get for drain and as well as for bandwidth? I can see that by adding a common common gate amplifier, R out in this diagram, R out is, RS is actually getting increased by a factor of GMR0. Rn is actually, in Rn, you can see that RL is reduced by a factor of GMR0. So, RL reducing contributes to more bandwidth. RS increasing of RS by GMR0 contributes to more gain. Okay, especially if RS is replaced with a common source amplifier. Okay, so here you are cascading two stages. One is a common source amplifier, the other one is a common gate amplifier, and they are stacked on top of each other. Okay, I hope this is clear. Right, so in the next class, we'll look at the analysis part. You have to be a little more, more attentive there, because the analysis will be I'll do it a little more in depth, because in textbooks it will be given this R out 2 is equal to so and so, R in 1 is equal to so and so, or R in 2 is equal to so and so, R out 1 is equal to so and so, something like this. But I don't want to do that. I want to do the complete derivation. All right. So tomorrow's class, try and pay attention even more, because that is where the analysis part will start. All right. Fine.